family. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm so pleased to be a contributor here on African Diaspora News Channel. Please make sure that you like, that you share, and that you subscribe to this channel and this podcast. Thank you so very much. Let's get right on into it. Breaking news for those of you that may not have heard. Breonna Taylor's family, I'm reading from the New York Times, received $12 million settlement from Louisville. Now, dear family, I was listening to attorney Benjamin Crump, who has represented the family, and I was listening to a lot of your Black activists and your Black leaders trying to tell us that, basically they're trying to justify how this is not selling out the cause for her killers to be brought to justice. Now, family, they're bragging about how unusual it is and how large the settlement is. But family, I need you to answer me a question. What is the city? What is the city? Who is the city but the people? Do you understand that your taxpayer dollars that are being settled by most of your police officers are taxpayer dollars? That means that you, Black family, are underwriting your own murder. They're talking about what a breakthrough settlement this is. Yes, it's so much money. You paid so much money. And I asked the question, is it hush money? And is this an attempt to rock us to sleep with our demand for an end to white supremacy? Now, they were talking about and bragging about all of the other stuff that they were talking about that they got done in this settlement. A couple of things in the settlement that that's been reported that they agreed to, family, is commanding officers must approve search warrants. Wow, breakthrough. Incentives for officers to live in the city, improve relationships with the community. Y'all, how is that police reform? How is that going to help Black folk? And social workers help with mental health calls. The thing that they didn't get is a demand for white supremacist race soldiers to be prosecuted. And as the sentence in court, get the death penalty. Punishment and enforcement is the word of the day. That's what's going to shut down all this other stuff. See, your sister Vicki, I believe in going to the root of an issue. The root of this issue is punishment for these race soldiers. Then the other thing that we're talking about is about body cams and all this other kind of stuff. Family, how many Black murders have you witnessed on video and nobody got an indictment? None of them went to trial. None of them were fairly sentenced. How many Black murders did you know of that you can just tick off the top of your head that had body cameras or it was recorded and they still told you that you didn't see what you saw and they didn't bring charges? Or somebody got off even with footage. These are tricks. And someone that said earlier, well, why are you guys upset because, they're doing a settlement? Whenever somebody does a criminal case, they usually do a civil settlement after the fact. Yes, after the fact. Why would you do something like that in the beginning like that? Because it's like when you're playing cards or something, it's like you're showing all of your cards. You're putting all of your strategy, how you're going to do stuff. You're just putting everything just out there for everybody to see. And they know that you're easily bought. This is not a contractual issue, family. This isn't an issue on title or deed to a home, or you having a dispute over a vehicle. This is about a murder of a Black woman. And do not forget, the police officers lied in some of their original reports about the fact that they did not notify, they didn't knock or warn them that they were coming in, because that's the reason why her boyfriend at the time, who was rightfully and lawfully armed, shot because he thought somebody was breaking into his home. And he even called and said the same. Reported to 911 that he thought that somebody was breaking into his home. And what did they do? They lied about the report. They lied saying that the police, that the post office rather, had said that her ex-boyfriend was having packages come there, or that the post office had confirmed something to do with packages going to her home from her ex-boyfriend's, drug deal or something like that. The post office came out and said that's a lie. The post office. What does that tell you? If the post office busted the law enforcement and said, that's a lie, no, we didn't actually tell you that. We know we didn't. They're covering it up. If everything was everything, why is this massive attempt, this strategy and conspiracy in place to cover up this Black murder? While you pay for your own murder. And while you're paying while you're paying these settlements for your own Black murder, at the same time, you're also underwriting white supremacy, because they're able to operate under color of law. So by them putting on the uniform, that's what gives them the excuse and the cover, the insurance and the protection that they need to kill you without consequence. What else did they do? Don't forget that her boyfriend at the time, Kenneth Walker, the one that shot to protect her, remember they arrested him. It's going to bring in charges against him, not the race soldiers, him. They told you they need all this time to do an investigation for the race soldiers, but they immediately put her boyfriend in jail for protecting his woman. Not only that, ex-boyfriend came out and stated that they tried to give him a plea deal, that they would just give him probation, even though he might be looking at a possible 10-year sentence, if they would just implicate her in any wrongdoing that he was doing at the time. And you guys want to act like we don't know the difference. Let me tell you all something. I know that we are still involved in the dominant society's world, where their tentacles, their hands are involved and engaged in everything. Some of us have to still do business with certain elements of it. You all know that we're not, Black folks, we're not the head. We don't dominate in all areas of people activity yet. So yes, I understand that we have to still be wise as a serpent, as the scripture says, and gentle as a dove. That's not the point here, but it's a whole other thing. When you are a predictable Negro, who every white supremacist in the whole United States of America know that when they see the lawyer coming, they're getting ready to get a payoff. I am someone that knows all sides of the legal game. Having sued judges after being involved in federal, civil cases, criminal, state cases, local governmental cases. Let me tell you something. I'm not a trained lawyer. I don't give legal advice. And I know very little in terms of practicing as an attorney, any of that. I'm just saying that God gave me just a little bit of information for me to do my activist work and some of my litigation. And what I know is that the whole system is guilty. And what I know is that judges will lie, prosecutors will lie, your public pretenders, not defenders, some of your public pretenders will work in conjunction with the other side. I'm sorry, family. I don't see this as a win. Am I saying that they should not get a settlement at all and that they shouldn't have done the civil thing? No, but I'm just making the point. How can we say this is a win? Why her killers are still at large? Make that make sense. I'm going to stay on top of this story. This is the latest. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard. Please join my weekly mastermind class at clubvicki.com, where once a week I drop spiritual principles and you have direct access to me in a private VIP setting. You can join for the first 30 days for $1. clubvicki.com, clubvicki.com. Follow me on Instagram at VickiXDillard and follow me on my Facebook fan page at Vicki Dillard. Thank you so much. Mwah.